Hello and welcome inside of Cornerstone Arena as we get ready for some First Nations Junior B lacrosse action as the Allegany Junior Arrows take on the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts, so happy to be joining you for what should be an exciting contest here as Allegany meets Tuscarora for the first time this season. The Tomahawks enter this game 0-1 after a 17-11 defeat against the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Then Allegany enters this contest with an 0-2 mark, falling against the Onondaga Junior Redhawks in 2 contests to start the season. Third straight road game of the year for Allegany. We'll see how they handle this road affair against a Tuscarora team that's going to be looking to bounce back after a tough game against Tonawanda. As already mentioned, 17-11 defeat. First time in history the Tomahawks fell to the Junior Braves, but they're looking for that big bounce back game here, and it'll start with this man, Hite Printup. He's going to send a pass into the corner. It'll be picked up by Jake Townsend in the corner. Good screen set there by Aubrey Henry. Officials will disagree and give possession to Allegany. Arrows going to make their way up the floor. Ball on the near side. It's Delson Tallchief trying to back down his man. He'll get a screen and come top side. Tallchief looking for an option. Going to flip it over to a man here along the near boards and Colin Duncan. Quick shot in front. They score. An early look for Allegany, and the Arrows take a 1-0 lead. See if we can get another look at this one, as that's Duncan just making his way to the net. Has some good patience to not just fire that one early at the first hole. He saw, waits, and picks his spot for the opening goal of this game. Battle off the draw, one here by Tuscarora as the Tomahawks will have possession. Looking to try and tie this game up at 1 after the early Allegany goal. Here's a long rip there coming out of the stick of Connor Vaughn that is stopped by the Allegany starting netminder in this game, Mogi Buffalo. Buffalo, a very capable starting goaltender for this Allegany team. He's going to be asked to do all of the work here in this one. He is the only dressed goaltender for this Junior Arrows squad, as they will have a time violation, 8 seconds, can't make it over in time, so it'll be a turnover and possession to Tuscarora. Here's Connor Vaughn. He's going to send it to the far side. Making some moves is Kane. Vaughn back to the far side, a rip there, misses wide. Rebound in front, not controlled yet by anyone. It was Aubrey Henry on the initial shot for Tuscarora. Battle in the corner. Who's going to come away with this one? It's the Junior Tomahawks, but they're not going to keep possession. It's an over and back call. Jack Kane's pass, bit too much on it, as it'll trigger the over and back. Allegany are going to try and figure out Vince Sandy, the starting goaltender here for Tuscarora. Spent last season playing with the Six Nations Fire here in the First Nations Junior B League. Now a 1A, 1B situation with Tanyan Davis, who started the last game. Sandy looked pretty good in relief of Davis in that contest. He's back in the lineup here today. First time as a starter, though, for the Junior Tomahawks this season. Ball is up top with Vaughn. Moved over to Printup. Hite Printup looking for an option. Switches with Vaughn. Skip pass down low. Trying to let that one fire is Jake Townsend, who is denied by Mogi Buffalo. Good early save for Buffalo on the Tomahawk chance. Bringing it up the near side is this game's lone goal scorer, Colin Duncan. He feeds into the middle, but the pass doesn't connect. Loose ball battle in the corner. It'll be the Junior Tomahawks that come away with this one. Hamilton Burnham will bring it up the floor. He passes it off. Evan Fryer has numbers. Vaughn off the bench. Shot stopped by Buffalo. penalty coming up, though, as that'll be, I believe, a slash call going against the Arrows. Let's get another look at it. As you'll see Fryer make a nice little spin move, aware that he has numbers coming off the bench, and there you can see it coming from Delson Tallchief, as that will give Tuscarora their first power play opportunity of the day. Here is Vaughn onto the far side. Can't quite find his man, Aubrey Henry. Henry gonna chase it down in the corner, facing some pressure from messy ground. Now it is Vaughn. Low rip there, and he scores. Might have ended up going a bit more low to mid or low to high, but Connor Vaughn rips it past Buffalo anyways. I gotta see this one again. Good little shot there from Vaughn. Let's get another look at this one. Just has plenty of time to step in and fire, as he gets a nice screen there from Henry. Yeah, a little low to mid there as he starts it out low, brings it up a bit higher, as that will be the first Tuscarora goal of the game. And it comes out of the stick of Connor Vaughn, the Lemoyne Dolphin, where he plays his college ball over in the Northeast Conference. Trying to pin his man up against the glass there is a Tomahawk, as I think that was Hilkema. Now back the other way goes Tuscarora. Jake Townsend had a step for a minute, but he'll pass it off to Connor Vaughn instead. Vaughn opts to shoot it, blocked in front. Trying to get his own rebound. Wisely pushes Duncan in the crease to trigger a back-in call. Duncan kicks the stick away. Vaughn doesn't like it, but he has possession anyways. Dakota Ferguson with it along the near boards. Passes across the floor. Trying to find a shot there is Townsend, who's knocked to the floor by Duncan. Still able to get the pass off, though, as Kane finds Vaughn. Back to the near side. Pernup looking for a shot. Can't find the target. It'll go over and back. And possession will go to Allegany, as it is a 1-1 game with just under 15 minutes left to go here in the first period of play. The Allegany Arrows have possession. Ball is up top in the stick of Hiram Watt. Watt trying to use his size to get to the net. He does so effectively. But Vince Sandy makes a very nice save to keep this a 1-1 scoreline. Back the other way go the junior Tomahawks. Burnham looking to take this one for a run all the way around the net, and does so. Vaughn gets the pass. Looks for an option as we have a delayed penalty coming up against Allegany. Vaughn just takes the quick shot that is stopped by Buffalo. Possession secured by the Arrows. And it'll be a too many men call going against Allegany. Apologies, we don't have a look at it. But this Tuscarora power play will head back out on the floor after getting an early goal here in this contest. Grandmaster Franklin in the chat, we see you, my man. Thank you for the support as always. We appreciate it. The shots here 6-3 in favor of Tuscarora so far in this contest. Allegany just having to do a little switcheroo here, as funny story, the in-home wasn't actually marked on the score sheet, and some guys were joking around down at the scorer's box like, hey, well, that's all right, just not going to take a bench penalty this game. Well, sure enough, Allegany ends up taking a bench penalty, and we have to get the in-home situation squared away. The Arrows do, as Buffalo makes a nice stop here on the penalty kill. Trying to clear this ball is Landon Cotter. He's pressed up against the boards and loses possession. Vaughn has a man down low, quick shot on, stopped by Buffalo. Loose ball, gonna pop behind the net. Ferguson battling for it, working hard there against Johnson, who's able to win the battle. Now Duncan, the very talented forward, trying to go 1-on-2 behind the back. Stopped there by Sandy. Oh, great effort there from Colin Duncan. He still has the ball. Duncan has Cash Pernup. Pernup Gets a shot off there, stopped by Sandy. Man, the best looks of this power play so far have come out of the sticks of Allegany. Let's see if Tuscarora can change that. Bringing the ball up the floor here is Hamilton Burnham. Burnham now over to Vaughn. Vaughn, skip pass, broken up. Good stick there by Herbie John IV to break that up. Henry feeds up top for Vaughn. Vaughn, toe drag, lets the shot go, stopped by Buffalo. Nearly able to put it in between the 5-hole there of Mogi Buffalo, but the netminder makes a nice save. Shot right on the doorstep, kept out. Another nice save from Buffalo here early, as that was they print up getting that shot off. Herbie John IV feeds in front, shot on, just wide. Golden opportunity there for the Arrows on this penalty kill. They've had quite a few, but Preston Smith not able to get it past Vince Sandy. Dakota Ferguson with the ball in his stick as the penalty has expired to Watt. Skip feed, down low, back towards Ferguson. Doesn't connect, as they're going to say the ball, I believe they're going to say it deflected out of play, so it'll stay with Tuscarora. Ball is up top in the stick of the Canisius Crusader, Hite Printup. Printup, a very talented young player, played with the Junior Bandits in the Junior NLL tournament last season. Somebody that has most certainly been putting themselves on radars all across Junior A and beyond. Here's Ferguson, ripped there, just kept out by Buffalo. Winning possession back for Tuscarora there is Jack Kane. Now up top, Henry with a long shot, stopped by Buffalo. Townsend can't quite come up with that one, but Ferguson there to save the possession. Now it is Townsend. Outside, rip there, misses wide. Printup able to deflect that ball back towards Ferguson. Townsend gonna get a screen. Townsend hits Kane right off the screen. Now Henry sets a nice pick. Low rip there, misses wide. Printup can't secure the rebound. 13 left on the shot clock. Ball on the far side. Quickly fed in front. Kane able to keep control. Henry with a low rip. Misses wide, but it bounces in. That's why you never go into the crease after a shot, kids. You never know what can happen. That ball ricocheted off the boards and then back off the leg of Mogi Buffalo. We'll get a look at it here. Henry's shot just goes wide and it hits the right leg of Buffalo and tricks in. That's a tough break there for the young netminder Mogi Buffalo, but a fortunate one for Aubrey Henry and the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks as they take a 2-1 lead with 11:11 left to go. Make a wish, as Aubrey Henry's wish came true. He got the luck that he was looking for on that bounce to give his team a 2-1 lead. Man, you just couldn't write that. Shot on, stopped by Sandy. Landon Cotter letting the shot go. Tall Chiefs pass, misses the intended target of ground. It'll go over and back, and ooh, a little collision there during the play. Everybody all right though, as play back underway. Here is Shiloh Bishop. Along the near side with Vaughn. Up top with Kane. Kane back over here for Printup. Printup loses control. Ball popped free. Tall Chief able to pick it up. Tall Chief looking for an option. Gonna send a long pass that will not find Cotter, and it'll go all the way into the stick of Vince Sandy. Sandy sends a short outlet feed to Burnham. Niagara Wheatfield Falcon flying up the floor. Burnham looking for an option. Has a man right on the crease. Shot stopped by Buffalo. Good look for Heath. They print up, but an even better save for Mogi Buffalo as he keeps this a 2-1 contest. Driving in, quick shot on there from Smith is denied by Sandy. Back the other way go the Tomahawks, missing a chance at the break was Michael Torrey, but he's going to deflect the pass and give his team a chance to get it back, but nobody there to help him out. Everybody back ready to play defense, and that's what the Tomahawks will do. Shot denied there by Sandy. Colin Duncan letting it go. Along the near boards. Who's going to come away with this loose ball? Intense battle that is won by Dadsey and the Tomahawks. Jerry Dadsey knocked to the floor by Duncan. Dadsey able to send it back to Vaughn. Fortunately for Tuscarora, they had their heads on a swivel and were able to get to that loose ball. Connor Vaughn. Skip pass. Down low shot. Stopped by Buffalo. Shiloh Bishop letting the latest Tuscarora shot go. Ball knocked out of the stick of Watt and controlled here by Tuscarora. Connor Vaughn. 11 goals, 21 points with Lemoyne this past season. Shot on is kept out by Buffalo. Ferguson letting it go. Here is Watt in transition. Here him Watt. Not going to push the pace. We'll slow things down and pass it off to Messi Ground. Ground. Going to have Watt come in and set a physical screen that creates some space. Watt with a low rip. Kept out by Sandy. Tip there from an arrow. Does not find the back of the net as Tuscarora will go back the other way. Vaughn has been the main man so far for the Tomahawks in this game as far as possession. Now here's a chance. Townsend trying to get his way to the front of the net. Going to take a couple nice cross checks and lose possession, but he'll have a chance to get it back. Oh boy, a physical hit from Colin Duncan. As he knows exactly what he did, he will head right to the box. Can hear the shouts from the Tuscarora bench saying that's a 5, and I think they got a case. 5 minutes going on the board here for boarding, as you'll get a look at it here through the numbers. Player in a dangerous position, just no doubt about that one. Easy decision for the official, and that is exactly what the Junior Arrows were hoping to avoid here at this stage of the game. A 5-minute major against their captain, Colin Duncan. Keeps their best player off the floor for an extended period of time and gives this potent Tuscarora offense a chance to really get things going here in the game. Shot there is kept out by Buffalo. Aubrey Henry letting it go. He's got one of the 2 Junior Tomahawk goals here in this game. Loose ball battle behind the net. Henry comes away with it and scores. No. Let's get a quick look at it here. Tough to tell from my vantage point. We'll see here. I think it was just the side netting or through a hole. As either way, officials say no, and Allegany will look to try and drain some time off the clock. Tall Chief steps into some room, misses wide on the shot. And let's not forget here that Allegany had a very solid penalty kill last time, getting quite a few good chances shorthanded. So it's not all doom and gloom for the Junior Arrows. They could wind up with a shorty here. You never know. Not on that possession, though, as it'll be a 30-second shot clock violation here with a few ticks under 7 minutes to go in the first period of play. It is a 2-1 ball game. The Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks leading the Allegany Junior Arrows by a score. Here is the power play for Tuscarora. Connor Vaughn looking for an option, and they're going to say through the crease as Ferguson cut the corner a little short. And that'll send possession the other way for Allegany. Not the best start to this 5-minute power play so far for Tuscarora, but it's just what the Arrows have been hoping for, trying to kill some time. Shifting into the middle there was Ground. Outside rip there from Hiram Watt is kept out by Vince Sandy. Whistles blown here as too many men, I think, going to be the call going against Tuscarora. And we'll have some 4-on-4 lacrosse coming. We'll see if we caught it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I'm not a math guy, and even counting sometimes can be difficult for me, but I can get to 6, and I counted 6 guys on the floor there for Tuscarora. So that's another easy call for the officials, as we'll be 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. That'll give Tuscarora 1 minute and 16 seconds on the power play once their penalty expires. The Junior Tomahawks in home here today is number 21, Thomas Testa. He is serving. Shot there, just kept out by Sandy. Loose ball picked up by the Junior Tomahawks. They have a chance to run here. Numbers. Low rip, kept out. That was Torrey in transition. Loose ball falls right to Torrey. Dadsey with a shot, stopped by Buffalo. Man, those are some good guys to have running in transition. Fryer, a capable scorer. Michael Torrey had a couple goals in the game against Tonawanda. And that not bad options as well either way. And Dadsey as well with him. He had one in that game against the Braves as well. So great options there, but Mogi Buffalo up to the task so far. Messy ground. Somehow able to get a shot off there with a Tomahawk draped all over him. Good work there from ground just to get something. As Torrey will now look to bring it back the other way. Printup going to set him a screen as Torrey will head to the bench. Lots of open room out on the floor here as it is 4-on-4 lacrosse. Right now Tusky running a bit of 3-on-4. Not sure why, but they are, as Vaughn going to go to Printup. Back to Vaughn. Vaughn. Low rip there, stopped by Buffalo. Mogi Buffalo really seeing the ball well here early on as we are under 5 to go. The Arrows turn it over. Back the other way. Goes Burnham. Burnham with a shot. He scores. Hamilton Burnham in transition gets the 3rd Junior Tomahawk goal of the game. And here we'll see right off the turnover, Burnham picks up the ball, goes right down the pipe, and buries it. This is why transition and turnovers are oh so important in this game. Cannot afford to have costly turnovers like that on your breakouts, because that's the exact kind of thing that can happen. A 3rd goal of the game for Tuscarora, and it comes out of the stick of Hamilton Burnham, the junior over at Niagara Wheatfield. Face-off one here by Fryer. He spins away from his man, and we'll flip it over to Shiloh Bishop. Bishop, another Niagara Wheatfield student. Ball on the far side. It is Kane. Now with Vaughn. 5-on-4 here for Tuscarora as their penalty has expired. Vaughn, skip pass. Bishop, stopped by Buffalo. Loose ball scooped up by Cotter. He's forced into a not ideal spot as it'll be taken away for a moment, but it'll be 8-second violation anyways, as Cotter had possession but not able to get it over the halfway line. Vaughn has sent it over to Kane on the far side. Now it's up top with Aubrey Henry. Henry's shot blocked in front. Might have caught a helmet of somebody in front. Now he's just going to lower the shoulder and lay a big hit on Landon Cotter. That'll draw the ire of the official, as it'll be a penalty going against the Junior Tomahawks and Aubrey Henry. As let's get another look at this one. Tough sequence there, as Henry just trying to make a play, make a hit, kind of lowers the shoulder, as it's just a 2-minute penalty, and I think that's the correct call. I didn't see any head-to-head contact or anything, so under 30 seconds left in the initial 5-minute penalty to Allegany's Colin Duncan. After that, it'll be a power play for the Junior Arrows. Tall Chief trying to create some space out there for Hiram Watt. Watt able to hit his man over on the far side there. Somehow getting a good look there was Cash Printup, who popped free. 4-on-4. Sandy's pass will bounce around and give Colin Duncan a nice surprise in the penalty box before he heads out. He'll kindly toss it back to the official as he'll make his way out of the sin bin and head back on the floor. Power play here for Allegany. It's a minute 16 left on the power play. Just under 3 minutes left here in the opening period. Shot there blocked in front by Fryer. Loose ball popped free, stopped by Sandy. Rebound attempt kept out. Great looks there for the Arrows, but an even better couple of saves from Vince Sandy. The latest shot, or the initial shot I should say, was Preston Smith. The follow-up from Colin Duncan, both stopped as Randy Chrysler will call timeout here with 2:20 left to go. I think that's a smart timeout call for head coach Randy Chrysler, saying his man Evan Fryer pinned up close to the halfway line, not wanting to take an over and back call with his team on the penalty kill. 47 seconds left in the penalty, 2:20 in the game, as the shot's now 23-15 in favor of Tuscarora. We got almost 40 of you out there. Thank you all so very much for joining us and for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. So glad to be bringing you some Junior B action here from Cornerstone Arena as the 0-1 Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks take on the 0-2 Allegany Junior Arrows. The huddles break and the players get ready to head back on the floor. It is a 5-on-4 power play for Allegany. Just 47 seconds remaining in the Tomahawk penalty to Aubrey Henry. 2:20 left here in this first period of play. Goalie was at the bench for a moment for Tuscarora, but just to give them the extra option, Sandy will head back as it was 5-on-5 for a moment, back to 5-on-4. Quick shot there from from Vaughn, excuse me, as that was kept out by Buffalo. Cash Printup, bringing it up the floor. Printup going left-handed, passes it off. Not able to control that one was Herbie John the fourth, but Watt there able to save the day. Shot that goes wide, coming out of the stick of Duncan. Tall Chief, skip pass. John, down low shot, stopped by Sandy. Rebound, Duncan, stopped by Sandy. Best save of the game so far for Vince Sandy, as he makes one heck of a stop to keep this a 3-1 game. Torrey thinking about pushing the pace. Draws the attention of the defender, Herbie John the fourth, but he'll spin back and pass the ball off. Here's Ferguson, hitting Connor Vaughn right off the bench. Henry with an outside rip, stopped by Buffalo. They're going to say it went off the helmet of Mogi Buffalo. Officials check on him, make sure he is okay. He says, yep, I'm all good, as play continues. Kane has a lane. Kane takes a low rip to the 5-hole, but Buffalo sees it all the way and makes the save as we are under a minute to play here in the first period. 3-1 is the score. The ball in the stick of the Junior Arrow captain, Colin Duncan, trying to put that one 5-hole past Sandy, not able to do so. And they're going to say, I think through the crease, as that'll give Fryer a break the other way. Chance for Fryer on a break, scores! Evan Fryer on the breakaway gives Tuscarora a 3-goal lead. Let's check this one out one more time. Fryer wraps that one around the right pad of Buffalo. We're going to have to look at it again. Excellent shot there from Evan Fryer, and the celly to boot as Fryer gets his first goal of the game. He's had an excellent career over at Genesee Community College. 23 games played with GCC, 6 goals, a pair of assists, 8 points. But it's really the work he's done defensively that has gotten him the recognition that he deserves. 69 ground balls, 19 caused turnovers over with GCC. Here he is right off the draw looking for 2 in a row. But Buffalo makes a nice save to keep this a 4-1 game. Pass just misses the outlet in Preston Smith. It'll be controlled by the junior Tomahawks in the corner in Shiloh Bishop. Or check that, 20, not Bishop, that's Giantorino is back the other way. The shot kept out by Buffalo. Just 6 left on the shot on the game clock here for Watt and the Arrows. Let's see if they try to do anything with it. Running out of time, and that's exactly what happens. The Arrows run out of time as that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. It is a 4-1 lead for Tuscarora. The shots 21-26 in favor of Allegany. The late power plays helping to give the Arrows some more shots and the edge in that category, as we will step aside one more time. Or actually, real quick before we step aside, let's take a look at how the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League standings look here headed into today's game. There they are. Onondaga leads the way right now. A pair of wins over this Allegany team. 4 points for the Red Hawks this season. Tonawanda, with their victory over Tuscarora, puts them in second place. 1-0 record, 2 points for them. The War Chiefs yet to get going this year. The defending champions will, I'm sure, be threatening for another title once again at season's end. But at this point, they are third with no games played yet. Tuscarora in fourth place at 0-1, and Allegany in fifth at 0-2. Now we will take a quick break and step aside. As we do, it is a 4-1 lead here for the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks over the Allegany Junior Arrows on Blue Squatch Productions. Welcome back here on Blue Squatch Productions as we get ready to start the second period of play between the Allegany Junior Arrows and the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. And we are underway here as this face-off controlled by the Junior Tomahawks. And Michael Torrey looking for a quick start right here off the draw, but denied by Buffalo. Mogi Buffalo able to get control. Former junior bandit in Mogi Buffalo finds an open teammate up the floor whose pass isn't going to connect with Tall Chief. Letting the initial pass go was ground. Controlled now by Fryer, but it'll be a call going the other way. It'll give possession back to Allegany. Watt over to the far side. Here's Delson Tall Chief trying to work his way towards the goal. Tall Chief gets there for a moment, lets a shot go, but not able to find the target. Torrey closing in on the loose ball behind the net. Sandy comes out and sets a nice little screen for his good buddy Michael Torrey as Tuscarora will get the ball into the offensive zone and look to get things started here in this second period of play. They had an early chance right off the draw. Here's their first real possession though, as that shot goes up and out of play. Let go by Jack Kane as possession stays with the Junior Tomahawks. Here's Vaughn. Now it is with Printup. Printup taking a few slashes, but having no problem handling them as he gets the shot away. Scored, but into the crease first, so no goal, says the official. We'll try and give you a quick look at it here as Cotter transitions the ball up the floor. There you can see, I think Printup went into the crease first, so no goal. The correct call is back the other way. A chance for Allegany's Herbie John IV, kept out by Vince Sandy. Hiram Watt able to secure the extra possession. The Watt clears some space, gets the shot away, but stopped by Sandy. Back the other way go the Junior Tomahawks. It's Hamilton Burnham. He's got a goal here in this game. Burnham onto the far side. Ferguson as Hayes, who lets a low rip go, stopped by Buffalo. Bishop trying to force the turnover along with Henry. Hayes gets a slash in as the pass will not be a great one, and it'll be taken away by the Junior Tomahawks, Blake Turner. The young man who plays over at St. Joe's, Blake Turner. Good save on the pass there by Connor Vaughn. Vaughn has some room, steps in, fires, stopped by Buffalo. Good look there for Vaughn, but Mogi Buffalo has been game all day long here and has kept this Junior Arrows team in it. They trail by 3 as we approach 3 minutes played here in the second period. Connor Vaughn going to chase after that loose ball in the corner. He has possession, 11 on the shot clock. Vaughn with a low rip, stopped by Buffalo. It'll go up and out of play into the netting, so possession stays with Tuscarora. Shiloh Bishop going to play catch with Vaughn. Bishop not able to keep possession as it'll be an illegal pick call against Tuscarora, giving the ball back to the Junior Arrows. Dakota Colts. His pass will find Herbie John the fourth. John trying to hit Tall Chief there, wasn't sure the pass was coming, not even looking in John's direction, but Herbie John will take it right back. Picked off here, Herbie John looking for a shot here. John's shot stopped by Sandy. Good effort there from Herbie John the fourth, and his effort once again is going to be a good one as he's able to get possession, trying to find some sort of help as he's pinned up against the boards. Loses his bucket, or his teammate lost his bucket, coming in to help Preston Smith as the penalty is called. Man, that is some good hard work there from Preston Smith and Herbie John as it's a delayed penalty coming against Tuscarora. Be a power play for the Junior Arrows, but credit where credit is due is it'll be a roughing call going against Evan Fryer for Tuscarora. No look at it as it was kind of in our blind spot anyways, but just got to really credit Herbie John the fourth and Preston Smith on that great hard work. I mean, John took it down, had the initial shot that was stopped, went back to try and play some defense, picked off the pass, created another opportunity, then got forced up against the boards after nearly coming away with yet another turnover as his team able to maintain possession. Colin Duncan on the far side with Tall Chief. Has Watt up top. Watt thinking about where he goes and finds Cotter. Skip pass connects. Tall Chief with a shot, misses wide. Watt able to secure the ball off the boards. Watt needs to get a shot away and does, but officials are going to say it was blocked in front, so it's a shot clock violation against Allegany. Mike Hayes bringing the ball back up the floor here for Tuscarora. Hayes not eager to push the pace, going to run a little hidden ball trick here with his teammate Connor Vaughn. Nobody fooled there as now him and Vaughn will just play some catch. Just over a minute remaining in the Fryer penalty. Kane has a one-on-one look here, but he won't even attempt the shot. Just going to roll it into the corner as the Tomahawks kill a full 30 off of the penalty to Evan Fryer. Herbie John the fourth goes to the far side. Now Colin Duncan has Watt. Back for Duncan. Tall Chief. Skip pass down low. Shot on. Stopped by Sandy. Good look there for the Junior Arrows on the quick stick opportunity for Herbie John the fourth, but not able to bury it. It'll be an 8-second call now that goes against Tuscarora, as that'll give Allegany one more shot here on the man advantage. 25 seconds remain on the power play for the Junior Arrows. John, Watt, Tall Chief, Duncan. Lone other man out there is Preston Smith. Yet to get a touch here. Going to go in and set a pick for Duncan. Duncan has a lane to the net. Shot on. Stopped by Sandy. And Vince Sandy talked about how well Mogi Buffalo's seeing the ball. Vince Sandy really seeing that ball well here today. Did a great job coming in relief of Tanyan Davis in the game against Tonawanda a few nights ago. Not able to get the victory in that game, but both goalies really gave their team a shot. Did great in relief that night and doing even better here as a starter today. Just one has gotten behind Sandy in this game. Outside rip from Vaughn is stopped by Buffalo. Loose ball pops into the stick of an arrow on the far side. It's Messiah Ground. Ground as everybody swarmed to him as he loses control, but the ball picked up by Johnson. And it'll be an 8-second call going against Allegany. Chance off the bench. Print up! Stopped by Buffalo. Man, a golden opportunity for Tuscarora's Heat Day print up. Right after the 8-second violation, comes off the bench. A breakaway right to the cage, but not able to beat Buffalo as now we have an injured arrow down on the floor, and it's number 2, Delson Tallchief. Didn't quite catch what happened. Didn't have a look at it as well, as we will take a break here while they tend to Delson Tallchief. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions, and Tallchief was helped to the bench, but able to put some weight on that leg, and that is a good sign, and hopefully he is all right, and hopefully able to play once again soon. We will have a face-off here, as there was no real clear possession after, or when the play was stopped, so that's the fair result. Ball pops into the leg of an official, as we are underway once again. Possession secured off the draw by Landon Cotter for Allegany. Hiram Watt with the ball on the near side of the floor. Watt takes a few slashes from Fryer. Has Duncan on the far side. Duncan, nice move, gets the front of the net and scores! What a move from Colin Duncan. But right now the attention is with the injured netminder, Vince Sandy. Not going to replay this goal because of the injury to Sandy. He is down in some discomfort, and we will step aside. back here for a moment in Quarterstone Arena. Just wanted to give everybody the update. Both these teams, as you can see, Tuscarora heading off the floor. Allegany has already went to their locker room. We'll be taking an extended break here with the injury to Vince Sandy, who is still down in some discomfort. We not going to show it, not going to replay it or anything. Just wanted to let everybody know as best as I can tell you what's going on at the moment, and it is going to be an extended delay here for the injury to Vince Sandy. everyone, back on Blue Squatch Productions here in Cornerstone Arena. Just wanted to give a quick update as I see some people asking in the chat. We had a very bad injury to the Tuscarora goaltender Vince Sandy after an Allegany goal, and he has been down in a lot of pain since, and right now just being tended to by medical staff. Great medical personnel here in Lockport, New York, just trying to do what they can for Vince Sandy as they will tend to him. Sportsmanship on display as well from both these teams, just lining up by the door. Love to just see that. And you know, there's a lot of things that are, there's some things that are just bigger than lacrosse, and this is one of them. The health and safety of everybody is the most important thing. So just wanted to bring us back here for a moment, give us the quick update. I'm not going to sit on this for too long, though. Just want to update everybody what's going on. We hope that Vince Sandy is all right and able to just be all right, and we hope that everything goes okay there. back now here on Blue Squatch Productions as Vince Sandy was helped off via stretcher as he will head for some medical attention. The teams will head to the locker rooms to just take a brief break and digest things, recover from it all, and hopefully we'll be back with some more lacrosse. At the moment, there's 12-19 on the board in the second period of play. It is a 4-2 score line with the lead in favor of Tuscarora. When we have any updates, we will bring them to you. But for now, we will step aside once again here on Blue Squatch Productions. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions, ready to resume play after the difficult injury to Vince Sandy. It is now Tanyan Davis in between the pipes for Tuscarora as we are underway here in Cornerstone Arena. Allegany right off the draw, looking for two in a row. Duncan, no. Let's not forget it was Colin Duncan who scored the goal mere moments prior to the injury. So he nearly had two right in a row there. A great look, but in the crease the call, and now possession gonna go back the other way. Illegal pick call will give the ball back to the Arrows. Here's a quick pass for Duncan right off the bench, and he scores. Colin Duncan does end up getting two in a row as it's a 4-3 game. Get you a look at this one. The Arrows strike in transition. Colin Duncan fakes high, then drops it low on Davis for the third Arrows goal of the game. A shot update, shots 34-29 in favor of Allegany after Colin Duncan gets his second consecutive goal to make this a 4-3 game. Quick shot on, they score! 3 in a row for the Arrows, and we're all tied up at 4. Right off the draw, Allegany's Preston Smith gets a nice feed from Hiram Watt, and Smith on his offside, no problem, jams it home in between the 5-hole of Davis. Let's look at this one again. Smith gets his first goal of the game, and it's a 4-4 contest here. In the blink of an eye, the lead has evaporated for Tuscarora, and that was something that many thought could be a concern for the Tomahawks, holding the lead, and that is not something that has really been easy for them, as this feed inside doesn't connect with Bishop. It'll be picked up by Allegany's Coda Colts. Colts takes a few slashes from Hayes, has to get the ball over the halfway line in time, and does so. As he'll feed it in the middle, it'll be taken away. Picked off here by Torrey. Torrey steps in the middle, shot on, stopped by Buffalo. And even though we're back into action, just wanted to say that with the injury to Vince Sandy, the teams will just take a brief break at the end of this period. Not going to have the normal full intermission. So it will be a brief break, and we'll be back underway once the period has finished. And once again, just want to make sure we send all our well wishes to Vince Sandy. Our prayers and thoughts are with him and his family at this time, as his Tusky teammates going to look to try and get this one in the win column for him, as that ball will pop out of the stick of a Tomahawk in Jack Kane. It'll go into the corner. Picked up by Heat Day Printup. 3 on the shot clock. Got to get it off. Printup! Stopped by Buffalo. Gets his own rebound, though. Kane might have another chance. Instead, going to pass it back to Vaughn. Connor Vaughn, he's got a goal in this game. Rips one low, but Buffalo says no. Now the ball bounces fortuitously into the stick of Mogi Buffalo. He'll leave it for his teammate Keelan Johnson, who will make his way up the floor for the Arrows. It's Ground. Ground feeding down low, trying to hit Herbie John the fourth, but the pass just a bit too strong for him. Along the near boards, Dadsey fighting for the loose ball. It'll be picked up here by Evan Fryer. Fryer, he's got a goal in this game, the GCC man. Fryer takes a couple cross checks and feeds over for Hayes, who can't get a hold of it. It'll be controlled by Burnham. Now onto the far side. Mike Hayes steps in, fires, saved by Buffalo. Buffalo sends a long breakout pass. It connects. Smith on a break, shot stopped by Davis. Smith takes a hard hit during the play, as possession secured by the Tomahawks. Hayes on his offside, passes it off. Looking for an option. Bishop, stopped by Buffalo. Man, Mogi Buffalo has come to play today and has really Been doing a great job for the Junior Arrows. Bishop, bouncer, stopped by Buffalo. Another nice save for Mogi Buffalo as this game all tied up at 4. Landon Cotter has the ball in his stick. Gonna leave it for Hiram Watt. The physical presence that is Hiram Watt, rocking the 36 jersey. Has the ball now. Low rip from Watt, stopped by Davis. Rebound for Tall Chief, just wide. And that's an important save, I think, for Tanyan Davis, as it's a 2-on-0 the other way, just a 1-on-0. Torrey all alone, stopped by Buffalo. Mogi Buffalo yet again with a big save for Allegany. Possession going to stick with the Tomahawks, though. Torrey able to keep possession for Tuscarora. It is Connor Vaughn. As the net is empty here for Tuscarora. Shot on, stopped by Buffalo. Delayed call coming up against Allegany. Hayes playing catch. Vaughn back for Hayes. Hayes steps in, fires, stopped by Buffalo. Might have been blocked in front by a defender instead, as no reset given. Kane under some pressure. Passes it off to Hayes. On the far side, it's Vaughn. Vaughn trying to get topside. Lets a low rip go. Stopped by Buffalo. It'll be an illegal cross check going against Allegany. Heading to the box is Herbie John IV. Didn't get a look at it, so no replay here. 7:04 left to go. It'll be a power play for Tuscarora as the Tomahawks look to try and find some momentum in this game. They were up 4-2 when the injury stoppage occurred. However, the latest 2 goals since the stoppage have come out of the sticks of the Allegany Arrows. Let's see if anything changes here on this possession. Hite Printup. Good defense there from the Arrows to stick with Printup. Coda Colts there, not biting on the face dodge. Vaughn, long rip right into the chest of Mogi Buffalo. His outlet feed, though, is a bit too strong. Vaughn going to have to chase after that one. He'll take a cross check from Cotter, and now Vaughn will look to make his way up the floor. Vaughn moving with pace onto the far side. Pass back to the near side will go off the boards and give Hiram Watt a chance. Could be a chance for Watt here on the break. Watt all alone, stopped by Davis. Good recovery D there by Mike Hayes to just apply a tad bit of pressure to Hiram Watt, and maybe could have caused that shot to go awry. Now Colin Duncan, 53 left in the penalty to his teammate Herbie John IV. Cotter, fresh off the bench. Takes a few whacks from Vinny Giantonio. Outside rip coming out of the stick of Duncan is absorbed by Tanyan Davis, and those saves important for Davis to just settle into this game as Tuscarora gets one in transition. Aubrey Henry gives the Tomahawks the lead. Transition, oh so key for the junior Tomahawks, as there you can see the pass that finds Aubrey Henry for the goal. What a nice finish from Henry. Great feed as well, coming out of the stick of number 21, Thomas Testa, for this Tuscarora team. Testa's great pass, able to set up Aubrey Henry for his second goal of the game. Important one, as I was starting to say, as the saves for Davis important, as Allegany was able to get 2 quick ones on him right after the stoppage. Always hard for a goaltender to just come into a game cold like that, especially after a big injury delay to, your goalie partner as well. Got to be wondering what's going through the mind of somebody like that in this situation, but Davis handling it very well so far, starting to just settle into this game, and that's going to be key for Tuscarora if they want to come away with the win. Fryer shot stopped by Buffalo. Good feed connects here with Landon Cotter. Cotter steps into the middle, but opts to keep hold of the ball and extend the possession here for the Junior Arrows. Approaching 5 minutes left to go. It is a 5-4 scoreline with the 1-goal lead for the Junior Tomahawks. Shot from distance there is stopped by Davis. Good loose ball scoop by River Printa. Back the other way. Torrey with a shot, stopped by Buffalo. Actually, it might have been Cook Jr. My apologies. That was Jordan Cook Jr. with the good loose ball scoop to get the possession for Tuscarora. Torrey working hard down low. Feeds it for Printa, whose shot is blocked in front. Vaughn has 10 to work with on the shot clock. Plenty of room, though. Moves it over to the near side. Low bouncer. They score. What a nice rip there from Hamilton Burnham as he gets his second of the game and gives the Tomahawks a 2-goal advantage. Let's get another look at this one. Burnham steps into his shot, bounces it to the bottom left corner. Let's get another quick look at it here. Tough to tell if it went in all the way. Oh, I think it might have just caught enough net to be called a goal. Our officials agree. So the score now 6-4 in favor of Tuscarora. It was a 3-0 run for Allegany, but now a 2-0 run for the Tomahawks. Penalty coming up here against Tuscarora. It'll be a high stick call as the Arrows will go 6-on-5. Hiram Watt. Duncan. In some space. Quick shot, they score! Colin Duncan has another, and it is a 6-5 scoreline. Colin Duncan, there you'll see on the drive to the net, bounces that one past Davis. Let's get another look at it here. By my count, that is his 3rd goal of the game as he just sneaks that one home. As it is now a 6-5 scoreline. Gonna have 5-on-5 action as that wipes out the penalty. Shots now 44-41 in favor of Tuscarora. So the Tomahawks starting to claw their way back in the shot category as this ball is down and controlled for a moment by Dadsey, but the violation occurs as Dadsey was trying to scoop that loose ball up, so possession goes to Tuscarora with under 4 to go here in the second period. Dadsey feeds down low. Pass goes from Burnham to Ferguson on the far side. Ferguson with his shot just misses. Loose ball bounces all the way out to Aubrey Henry. He has a pair today. Henry's shot stopped by Buffalo. Rebound, Bishop denied by Mogi Buffalo. Trying to make his way up the floor here is Johnson. Keelan Johnson able to get into some open space and pass the ball off. Hiram Watt has a man to his right. John trying to stuff that one home, nearly does, but Tanyan Davis gets enough to keep it out. Pass in front doesn't find John. Now in the corner, who's going to come away with this one? It's Colin Duncan. Duncan matched up with Torrey, feeds it in front, but the pass just bounces out of the stick of Smith. On the far side, it's Duncan. Behind the back pass, ball pinballing around in front of the net. No one controlling it. Tall Chief throws it towards the goal, but misses. Smith with a shot just wide. Now possession secured by Hilkema. Hilkema able to avoid a few checks for the time being. Hilkema still looking for an option. Pressed up against the glass. Still Hilkema with it, and he'll lose it. Just a bit too much there for Charlie Hilkema as possession will go back the other way. Loose ball was picked up by Watt. Merle Watt secured the possession. As now it'll be Hiram Watt running the offense for the Junior Arrows. Watt passes it to the far side. Tall Chief having trouble hanging on to that one. He's going to take a heavy cross check towards the boards. and let a long shot go that Tanyan Davis sees all the way. Ball bounces out of the stick of Davis, though, having some trouble with it, and he wisely just swings the stick and knocks that ball towards some teammates in much less dangerous territory. Here is Vaughn working on the far side. Vaughn, the lefty, passes it off. Dadsey thought about the shot, but goes back to Vaughn. Vaughn trying to work his way into the middle, but finds himself with a double team. Along the near side, Burnham has some room, but runs out of time. Shot clock violation against Tuscarora will give Allegany a chance. Could be a 2-on-1 developing. Duncan! Stopped by Davis. Great look there for Colin Duncan, as Herbie John IV found him streaking off the bench, but not able to beat Tanyan Davis. Shot just goes wide from distance there from the Junior Arrows, but possession will be saved. They're going to say Davis caught a piece. So the shot clock will reset here on the possession for Allegany. Watt over to Duncan. Duncan has a step. Duncan pushed into the defender, but it don't matter. No goal, says the official. Let's get another look at this one. Oh my goodness, Colin Duncan nearly making the highlight reel. Oh, tough to see the takeoff there, but it certainly looked like the ball went in before he landed. So our official had a better look on the takeoff. We'll trust their judgment in saying that his foot was on the line. Low rip there from Jake Townsend is denied by Mogi Buffalo. Townsend will now give chase and pick up the loose ball in the corner. Timeout will be called by Randy Chrysler Jr., and that's a heads-up timeout call for Coach Chrysler. Just 23.3 seconds left on the clock here in the second period of play, as this will give us a good chance to show you what the Junior Tomahawks have coming up on their schedule. It'll be these same two teams next Friday as they head to Allegany for a duel with the Junior Arrows on May the 15th. Shots pretty even now, 47-46, slightly in favor of these Junior Tomahawks, who will be back here in Cornerstone Arena on May the 20th for a championship rematch against the Seneca War Chiefs. That'll be an 8 p.m. contest. And the Junior Tomahawks will have two more road contests coming up. They will head to Onondaga for a tough game against the Redhawks. Onondaga, always a very good Junior B program. So glad to have them back in the league this year. They'll play Onondaga Saturday at 5 p.m. Then they will head to Logan Field for the first time this season, where they'll take on the Tonawanda Junior Braves on Thursday, June 11th. That'll be an 8 p.m. contest as well. So 3 of the next 4 coming up for Tuscarora are on the road. So they're going to have to try and make the most of the home games here while they got them, because these road contests always so much tougher than playing in the friendly confines of Cornerstone Arena. The Junior Tomahawks know that all too well, as they will go 6-on-5 here for the last 10 seconds. Ferguson, Vaughn. Let's see what the play is for the Junior Tomahawks. Down low, Ferguson's skip pass, able to find Townsend. Back up top, Vaughn runs out of time. Just a little too slow there were the Junior Tomahawks, but they hold a 1-goal lead as we have reached the end of the second period of play. Remember, just a brief intermission, and during the brief break in the action, this will give us a great chance to talk about what the Junior Arrows have coming up on their schedule. Allegany will host this same Tuscarora team on Friday, May the 15th at 8 p.m. If you liked what you've seen today, be sure to tune in for that game. That should be an exciting one once again when these two teams match up. Then Sunday, May 31st, the Junior Arrows will take on Tonawanda for the first time this year. They'll play host to the Junior Braves at 1 p.m. Then Allegany will head on the road for their first meeting against the defending champion Seneca War Chiefs. That'll be a Monday June 1st affair at 8 p.m. Then they will play host to the Onondaga Junior Redhawks Saturday, June 6th at 4 p.m. So 3 of the next 4 for Allegany at home. Tuscarora can't say the same, but they're home right now, trying to do some home cooking here as they lead the Arrows 6-5 here on Blue Squatch Productions. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we get ready to start the third period of play. Seeing some Let's Go Tusky in the chat, go War Chiefs as well. Herbie John cheering on HJ4, and he is right. The Arrows showing a lot of heart with the short bench. A lot of heart and a lot of fight. Speaking of that, Mike Hayes right off the draw, stopped by Buffalo. Both these teams showing a lot of heart in this game. Allegany battling with the short bench, and of course Tuscarora going out and doing battle after the very tough injury to their starting goaltender, Vince Sandy. And once again, just want to reiterate that point. Hopefully that he is okay, and our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family at this time as we are back underway. Here to start the third frame between Allegany and Tuscarora. It was quite the entertaining duel before and after the injury stoppage. It was 2 goals right in a row for the Junior Arrows after the injury, but Tuscarora responded with a pair of goals of their own. Low rip there, trying to find the 5-hole was Aubrey Henry, but Mogi Buffalo makes another nice save. Vaughn steps in, fires, just misses. They're going to say it went off the post as Mogi Buffalo will rub his friend to his right and say thank you very much for helping me out here, as that kept the score at 6-5 here in the third frame. Vaughn with the ball along the near side. Feeds it over for Aubrey Henry as a defender draped all over him. Henry not phased. Print up. Gets a nice screen from Vaughn, and I think he sent that one right off the dome of Mogi Buffalo, and it looks like a penalty is coming up against Allegany. I think they might get a holding call, and it is going to be a holding call going against Coda Colts, and there you can see it right there, just all over Aubrey Henry. My opinion, an easy decision for the officials, as that'll send the Junior Tomahawks power play back on the floor. I've had some success in this game, but I've also given up some decent looks short to the Allegany Arrows, shorthanded as well. Let's see what this power play brings, though. Here is Mike Hayes, quarterbacking the power play at the moment. Hayes goes to Vaughn. Vaughn rips it low, stopped, rebound kept out. Follow-up attempt and they score. If it doesn't work once, try again, and the Junior Tomahawks do just that. Mike Hayes able to capitalize and get the all-important 7th goal of the game. It's a power play goal, as there you see the initial shot from Vaughn, the follow-up attempt there from Printup. The third time was the charm for Mike Hayes, as the lead is now 2 for Tuscarora. The captain of this junior Tomahawks team, Mike Hayes, able to get that all-important insurance goal. 17:55 remaining on the clock. It is now a 2-goal lead for the Tuscarora junior Tomahawks as Michael Torrey secures the ball right off the draw. Another GCC man, youngster out of Clarence High School. Here is Vaughn. Steps into the middle, trying to create some room. Has Ferguson down low, but he is stripped. Ferguson trying to corral it in the corner. It's picked up instead by Cotter. Hiram Watt gonna bring the ball up the floor here for the Junior Arrows. Has some fresh legs off the bench in Tall Chief and Smith. Watt still with it, just running through everybody. Watt goes PTP but misses. Great effort there from Hiram Watt, and he's still going. Picking it up in the near corner. Watt looking for an option off the bench. Instead, he's got John, who's denied by Davis. Another shot, this time coming from Hiram Watt, but it is kept out by Tanyan Davis. Michael Torrey flips it to his teammate, Jake Townsend. Now Connor Vaughn. The Lemoyne Dolphin spins away from one man. Vaughn passes to Printup. Skip pass down low, stop by Buffalo. That was another good look for the junior Tomahawks. Aubrey Henry looking for his hat trick goal. Bringing it up the floor now, Messiah Ground. Colin Duncan. The Albany Great Dane gets a screen. Duncan goes to Tall Chief right off it. Tall Chief stopped by Davis. Might have caught a piece of the iron either way. It does not find the back of the net. Tall Chief, long rib, stopped by Davis. Two big saves there for Tanyan Davis to help keep the lead at 2 for Tuscarora. Back the other way, shot on, stopped by Buffalo. Blake Turner getting the chance for Tuscarora. The sophomore out of St. Joe's. Playing with the Marauders this season. Here is Printup. Going to Connor Vaughn on the near side. Vaughn steps in, fires, blocked in front. Great soak there from the Junior Arrows. I think that was 33 getting in the way of that one. Keelan Johnson, another shot here from Vaughn. Swallowed up by Buffalo. Breaking out now is Allegany and Messiah Ground. Ground able to find Cotter amidst some pressure. Cotter. Just give it to the safe hands of Colin Duncan. Duncan. Driving. Gets to the net and scores. Colin Duncan adds another. It's a 1-goal game. There you can see Duncan just gets a step on his man, and when he does that, it is just too easy for someone of his caliber. Colin Duncan just makes the nice move, and by the time he gets to the second level of the defense, it's just too late. He will make you pay. Colin Duncan, by my count, has his 4th goal of the game and makes it a 7-6 scoreline. Face-off won here by the junior Tomahawks in the stick of Michael Torrey. He had 17 goals and 38 points this season at GCC, did Michael Torrey. Ball on the near side. Ferguson shot blocked in front. They're going to say it did catch a piece of Buffalo, though. Now Vaughn sends it down low. Ferguson trying to stuff it 5-hole, but Buffalo says no. Duncan looking to lay the boom on Printup. Easier said than done there. Hithe Printup gonna fight for the Lucy. Ball goes behind him. Buffalo just bounces it up to himself. Little sort of basketball play there. Buffalo showing off some dribbling skills as he helps get possession for his Junior Arrows squad. Hiram Watt as Delson Tall Chief. Rocking the deuce here today is Tall Chief. Colts. Got to be quick here. Only 3 on the shot clock. 3. Cutter runs out of time. Not a great possession there for the Arrows. Got to be aware of the shot clock at all times. Here's Fryer back the other way. Into the middle. Dadsey shot. Blocked in front. Caught a piece of a stick on the way towards the goal. Dadsey. Next rip is stopped by Buffalo. Mogi just got the left pad on it. Jerry Dadsey going to go chase this one down. Another GCC guy just got done with his freshman season last year over at GCC in 2025. Had 12 games played with them. Shot goes just wide of the net here, coming out of the stick of Jack Kane, player over at Maritime College. Sophomore at Maritime, 17 games played, 3 points for Kane, 24 GBs, 6 caused turnovers. Another kid developed right here locally, went to St. Joe's out in Buffalo. Herbie John the fourth, working on the far side. Gets a screen from Watt. John looking for an option. Got to find somebody here. John decides to just keep it himself. Gate takes it to the net and nearly scores. Great individual effort there from Herbie John the fourth, as he nearly did it all himself, but not able to beat Tanyan Davis, as we are under 12:30 remaining here in the third period of play. We have had a good one on our hands, folks. It is a 7-6 score line. The slim advantage in the favor of the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. Vaughn with it on the near side. Gets a pick from Printup and sends it to Hayes. Hayes trying to find Heathay Printup down low, but can't do so. Ball ends up in the stick of Buffalo, who passes it to Printup. Oh my goodness. Nearly a disaster. Printup still going. Trying to go 1-on-3 here, but loses control. Man, what a sequence, and this is really going awry now. Duncan all alone, stopped by Davis. Oh my goodness. A glorious chance at one end for one team, and then one for another at the other end, and now we're going to get a penalty called, and that's going to go against 66 white for Tuscarora. That'll be Charlie Hilkema heading to the penalty box, and didn't get a look at it. Apologies for that, but with 11:31, the Allegany Junior Arrows trail 7-6, but they have a 2-minute power play and a chance to tie this ball game up. Ball on the far side with Hiram Watt. Now in the middle. Here is Colin Duncan. John over near side. Smith with a rip, just missing. Ball bouncing towards halfway. Great hustle there from Torrey to knock the ball over the halfway line. Torrey takes a hit, but he does a good job to kill some time and potentially give his team a chance, as they're going to say a shot clock violation, as they're going to say Torrey never had possession, and now a penalty coming up against Allegany. Looked like a late slash delivered. As Davis heads to the bench, it'll be a penalty coming up against the Arrows, as Tuscarora will look to try and just drain some clock down here after the penalty to Hilkema. The more clock the Junior Tomahawks can drain here, the more time they'll have on the man advantage once the penalty is called. Reset granted here, as Vaughn's shot was on target, so a chance for the Junior Tomahawks to waste away another 30 seconds. Let's see if they do. Pass down low, shot just goes wide of the net, coming out of the stick there of Kane. Vaughn looks for an option. Calmly goes to the far side. Townsend steps in, rips, but deflects out of play. And it's going to be a penalty that goes against Keelan Johnson. Will get a look at it here, and the slash delivered right on the hand of Fryer is what draws the ire of the official. I think the call is it's going to be roughing, as a slash, roughing, either or would be applicable. So the officials decided on roughing, and we'll have 32 seconds of 4-on-4 action before the Tomahawks have an abridged power play. Here is Vaughn onto the far side. Townsend thought about letting it rip. Instead, he goes back to Connor Vaughn. Vaughn has some room. Quick shot on. Ball bounces in front, but is kept out by Buffalo. Man knocked to the floor is Cotter. Possession will stay here with Tuscarora. Chance for the Tomahawks to go on the man advantage here in 2 seconds. Vaughn with it. Pass down low. Bounces right off the head of the stick of Hite Printup. There will be a man back down the floor here for Tuscarora as that penalty did expire. Davis will just tap it right to Burnham, who will happily take this ball up the floor and give it up for Connor Vaughn. Townsend, Hayes, Vaughn, Printup. Skip pass for Townsend. Hayes fires, stopped by Buffalo. Ball goes out of play. With 8:54 left on the clock, 53 seconds remaining in the penalty to Keelan Johnson. Hayes. Working down low is Vaughn. Now behind the net, directing some traffic. Vaughn goes up for Townsend. Outside rip, blocked in front. Great soak there. I think that one caught a piece of Hiram Watt on its way towards the cage. No over and back on the block. Vaughn rips it wide. Townsend just going to ice it into the corner. With 21 seconds left in the penalty, the Arrows have a chance to drain the rest of the clock here. Not going to be able to do so, though. The pass from Watt doesn't find Duncan, and now Duncan going to be out for the penalty kill. Let's see if the Junior Tomahawks take advantage, or if they just hold and wait for the penalty to expire. Townsend not doing that. No intentions on holding the ball there for Jake Townsend, as he saw a lane to the net and said, I'm going to rip this one. What a shot. Let's take another look at it. Just a perfect lane opened up for Townsend, and on the 72nd shot of the game, he gives Tuscarora a 2-goal lead. Shots now 72-50. That was, at one point, Allegany was in front in that category at the end of the first period, and partway through the second, the Arrows were leading in shots, but now it is a decisive Tuscarora advantage, as the Tomahawks have started to find their footing a bit here late in this contest. Watt plays it over to Duncan. Duncan feeds it down low. Shot on, stop by Davis. Oh, best save of the night for Tanyan Davis as he denies Herbie John the fourth of what would have been a sure goal. Ball deflects out of play, or did it? Officials deliberating, and they will say that it went clean out of bounds, and possession will go to Tuscarora. Mike Hayes legging it up the floor. Just over 7 minutes left to go here in the third period of play. It is an 8-6 lead for the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks over the Allegany Junior Arrows. Mike Hayes has some room, shot off the dome of a arrow. Oh man, we hope Landon Cotter is okay. That one went right off the side of his head, as he is a bit shaken up on the bench, understandably so. Hopefully he is okay and able to get back in this game. Nothing anyone could do differently there, but just a tough situation, as Tuscarora will keep possession though. Vaughn, excuse me. Onto the far side. Stepping in, firing there is Townsend, but Mogi Buffalo with another nice save. And really credit to Mogi Buffalo for doing all he can in this game to keep this one close. He has made big save after big save all throughout this contest. And without the play of Mogi Buffalo, you'd have to imagine this game would look a whole heck of a lot differently. Herbie John, he's had a very nice game as well. Colin Duncan, he's always excellent as his pass just misses, but good hustle from Michael Torrey to secure the possession. Torrey blazing his way up the floor. Here's Torrey on a break, stopped by Buffalo. Oh my goodness, Michael Torrey just making something out of nothing. Colin Duncan trying to hit this smaller Torrey, but as a smaller guy myself, I know that those smaller guys never phased when a big guy wants to lay the lumber, bring the boom, whatever you want to say. Torrey not phased at all, but unable to get a great look after the fact. Feet down low, quick stick, stopped by Buffalo. It was Bishop letting the shot go. Now we're going to have an illegal screen on Tuscarora, as that was Hamilton Burnham a little over aggressive, and now we have another arrow that is in some pain. Making his way to the bench is Preston Smith, and man, oh man, the injuries just piling up for both sides in this game. As we hope everybody is all right. Ball will stay with Allegany, though, with 5:24 left on the board. The Arrows trail by 2. It is an 8-6 score line here inside of Cornerstone Arena. Third game of the season for the Junior Arrows, second for the Junior Tomahawks. The first time these two teams meeting this season. Ball on the far side of the floor with Hiram Watt. Gets a screen from John. Watt hits John off the screen. John's shot just wide. Watt, low rip, stopped by Davis. Loose ball is there for the taking, and Fryer able to pick it up. Slow to react there was the Junior Arrows on the attack, allowing Tuscarora to secure the possession. Ferguson, down low for Hayes. Skip pass on the far side. Townsend just misses. Hayes up top for Townsend. He can't connect with his teammate Aubrey Henry on the far side. Ball caroming around, and it'll fall into the stick of Mogi Buffalo. Bringing it up the floor. Here is Cotter. Splits the double team for a moment, but can't keep control of the ball. Michael Torrey fighting hard to secure the Lucy, and does. Don't even bother trying to win a foot race with Michael Torrey. He'll beat you every time his low to high rip misses. Quick passing down low, shot stopped by Buffalo. Oh my goodness, another key save for Mogi Buffalo to keep this a 2-goal game. Hiram Watt takes control with just under 4 minutes left to go. The Allegany Junior Arrows only trail by 2, and they have a chance to make the comeback here in this game. John trying to go behind the back here for Cotter, but not on the same page. Cotter lets a long rip go that is stopped by Tanyan Davis. The bench going to admire the hard work done by Tanyan Davis, as they're going to continue to let Colin Duncan know what they feel, as the Great Dane will make his way to the penalty box. So will Evan Fryer, as we'll get another look at what went down here. Just some extra pushing and shoving there, it looks like. Some jawing between the two guys, as the officials going to try and keep a lid on things here, as 2-minute penalties handed out to each participant. It'll be 4-on-4 with possession in the sticks of the Junior Tomahawks, who lead by a pair. Vaughn starts the attack here for Tuscarora. Connor Vaughn gets a screen from Hayes, goes to the far side. Henry's shot stopped by Buffalo. Ball flung up into the air by Buffalo, and it is corralled by the Junior Arrows. Getting pressed up against the boards there is messy ground. Hits Herbie John the fourth, who is nearly picked up by Hayes, but is still fighting hard in the play. Heavy hit delivered there. That'll be a penalty coming up against Tuscarora as the Allegany faithful are letting the officials know what they think of the penalty. Jack Kane, the guilty party, will head to the sin bin and have to think about what he has done on the prior play while the officials decide what the call will be. It'll be a 5-minute call for boarding against Kane. So that'll give Allegany a chance to end this third period of play on the man advantage. .248 left on the board, 1:22 left in the penalties. Once those penalties expire, it'll be 5-on-4 for the Arrows, but right now it is 4-on-3. Golden opportunity for Allegany to make a late comeback, and this is how you start it. What a nice rip there from Coda Colts. And don't go anywhere yet, folks. It's a 1-goal game. Just 2:37 left on the board. Here you'll see the rip from Coda Colts. Looked almost just low to high there to throw some deception into the mix as Colts gets the all-important goal for the Junior Arrows, his second of the game. And there is still plenty of time here. 4-on-3 for the Junior Arrows. Watt not liking what he sees at the moment, so he'll wave off Cotter and go to the hot stick of Colts, letting it rip again. It is kept out by Davis. Great second effort there by Tanyan Davis to get that ball in control of his stick, as that was nearly a rebound right in front of the net with him down and out. Great effort there by Davis to save the day. Under 2 to go. Printup, double teamed, pass in the middle, doesn't connect. Who's going to come up with a loose ball? It'll be Townsend on the far side. He's going to take a few heavy cross checks from ground. Ball jarred free as the shot clock strikes 0. 1:44 left on the game clock, 18 seconds left in the penalties. So 4-on-3 right now, then 5-on-4 for the rest of the period for the Junior Arrows. They trail by 1. 1:30 left to go. Let's see what Kebby Bomberry has drawn up for his squad. Penalties have expired. We are 5-on-4. Duncan, right out of the box, steps in, fires, scores! Why go 4-on-3 when you can go 5-on-4 and get that man back on the floor? Colin Duncan adds another, and we're all tied up at 8. What a nice shot there from Colin Duncan. I want to say that's his 5th goal of the game, as we are now tied at 8. What a player that young man is. It is no surprise that he is making waves over at UAlbany. Chance right off the draw, just wide from Cotter. Oh my goodness. Nearly a chance for the Arrows to take the lead as we are now under a minute to play. Hayes has the ball in his stick. Vaughn over to Printup. Low rip from Bishop, stopped by Buffalo. Tuscarora just trying to get some sort of momentum in their favor. Allegany, a great chance to get their first ever victory over the Junior Tomahawks. They are 0-7 all time against Tuscarora. Duncan loses his footing, but he's back to his feet now. Takes an outside rip, nearly gets it in. Second attempt, stopped by Davis. Oh my goodness, a highlight reel save for Tanyan Davis. Possession was saved for a moment now. Fryer getting into it with Duncan, and oh man, that is a dumb penalty for Duncan if he's getting called, and I think he's going to be escorted out. Wow. Just a horrible decision from Colin Duncan. You just, man, what are you thinking, man? You're the best player on your team. You just tied the game up with a huge momentum goal, and you get yourself sent to the locker room. That is just bad awareness and bad decision-making from Colin Duncan, and he might have just cost his team a chance here to win the game. It's 5 on the board against the Arrows' best player, Colin Duncan, with 14.4 seconds left on the clock. Shots here at this break in the action, 80-59 in favor of Tuscarora. And the Junior Tomahawks will have a chance here to end this game in regulation with just over 14 seconds left on the board. It was a 5-minute major handed out to Colin Duncan. Didn't quite see what started it, but I did see Duncan deliver a low slash to the legs of Fryer, and there was lots of jawing between those two. Of course, those were the two that got called for the penalties earlier. So those two having some conversations. The slashing and jawing was enough for the officials, and they saw what they had to see to put up a 5-minute major on the board against Duncan. And like I'm saying, man, a player of his caliber has to have a better head on his shoulders in that situation. A mental mistake that could prove to cost his team. Let's see what Tuscarora does, though. Vaughn, Hayes with the ball on the far side. Back to Vaughn. 3 on the shot clock. Gotta let it go. Vaughn stopped by Buffalo. What a save from Mogi Buffalo as we have reached the end of regulation time. We are all tied up at 8. Here is, I believe we'll have some bonus lacrosse coming up for you shortly on Blue Squatch Productions. Welcome back here inside of Cornerstone Arena on Blue Squatch Productions as we get set for overtime. Here, some free lacrosse. Who doesn't love free bonus lacrosse as we are underway The Allegany Junior Arrows will secure possession right off the draw and have a chance here. Could be a shot right away, kept out by Davis. Oh, a great spinning effort that is somehow denied by Tanyan Davis. He has been game since coming in after the injury to Sandy earlier. Torrey bringing it back the other way. Torrey shot stopped by Buffalo. Speaking of guys who have been game today, Mogi Buffalo has been just that and more for Allegany. Man pressed up against the glass. 8-second violation will be called against Allegany in possession. Back to Tuscarora. The Junior Tomahawks are on the power play here for almost the next 4 minutes after a late penalty against Colin Duncan. Saw him take a 5-minute major quick stick shot there, just missing from Aubrey Henry. Hayes, low rip towards the 5-hole, nearly squeaks through, but just misses wide. Ball on the near side in the stick of Mike Hayes. Print up. Townsend, they print up. Low rip, stopped by Buffalo. Buffalo's pass doesn't find John. Back the other way. Quick shot on, stopped by Buffalo. Trying that quick stick attempt once again was Henry, but to no avail. Could be a 2-on-0 the other way. Watt breaking free. Watt stopped by Davis. Chance still there though, not anymore. Vaughn able to secure the loose ball and the possession. 3-on-2, but he'll hold and slow things down for Mike Hayes. Hayes has a lane, stopped by Buffalo. And then Hayes will go through the crease and try and play the ball, so possession will go back the other way. Herbie John the fourth, working his way up the floor, just trying to get into some safe territory, and he does while hitting Delson Tallchief. Tallchief takes a cross check in the numbers, no whistle. Ball is knocked free. Who's gonna come up with possession? It'll be Allegany after the push in the back call, and now we have another arrow that is slow to get up. Preston Smith a little shaken up after the play, but I'll tell you what, these guys just tough as nails. He will not only stay in the game, he'll start with the ball as Torrey makes a nice cross check to knock the ball away from his man in Coda Colts. Just a great heads up play by Torrey, who I thought looked good on offense in the last game against Tonawanda, but his defense is excellent back there for the Junior Tomahawks, always making smart plays. Here is Hayes on the far side. Townsend stopped by Buffalo. Townsend skips it across the near side. Hayes back for Townsend. They're going to play catch. Low rip from Hayes, kept out by Buffalo. Oh my goodness, I don't know how Mogi keeps on doing it, but he has been amazing tonight. Long feed will go up off the glass and bounce into the stick of Connor Vaughn. Vaughn bringing it back the other way. 5-on-3. Hayes can't jam it short side. Dadsey gonna go in and try and secure the rebound. Possession will stay with Tuscarora. Print up, fix, fire, stopped by Buffalo. Oh my goodness, Smokey Buffalo might be the player of the game regardless of who is victorious here tonight. What a effort from Mogi Buffalo to give his team a shot to win here in overtime. Shots now 90-61. 82 saves for the big man in between the pipes tonight. 3 on the shot clock. Allegany got to get something away. Not able to do so. It'll be a shot clock violation, and it'll give Fryer a break. Could be a chance. Fryer stopped by Buffalo. Mogi Buffalo putting his team on his back right now. They only got one goalie dressed. Why do you need another when you got him? What a game for Mogi Buffalo. I'll tell you what, if Allegany isn't able to win the game here today, They do not have to look at goaltending as to why. 5 seconds left. Shot stopped by Davis. Penalty to Duncan nearly expired as the loose ball secured by Hilkema. But I'm not sure if Duncan is allowed back in this contest. I think he was sent for an early shower as Watt was in there serving. Merrill Watt was serving the penalty. He has exited the box, but I think Duncan's night is done. Dadzy denied by Buffalo. That's going to be tough here for Allegany with their best player off the floor for the rest of the game because of an unforced penalty, and they're going to have to rely on somebody else to win it. Somebody will have to step up. Chance there just goes wide of the net from ground. He's a little shaken up after the play as an over and back is the call, but messy ground is down right in front of the official. Over and back is the call, but Ground will try and make his way to the bench. He'll hop his way there as we hope he is okay. Man, just an awful game for injuries here is Allegany's is in a tough spot with running a very short bench, now playing into an extra frame here, not easy whatsoever. But they're fighting the uphill battle and giving it an admirable fight for sure, backed by a superb effort from their starting goaltender, Mogi Buffalo. We're up to 57 of you all tuning in. Thank you so very much for joining us. You're getting a taste of overtime lacrosse here in the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League. The 0-1 Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks trying to get their first win of the season against another winless team, the 0-2 Allegany Junior Arrows. Somebody's always got to go. Let's find out who. Vaughn has some room, rips it and scores! Connor Vaughn ends it in overtime. Tuscarora will pile on to Tanyan Davis. The Junior Tomahawks get their first win of the season. 9-8 in overtime. Wow, what a game, what a finish. Oh, and they're going to say it's the full 10. I wasn't so sure. Vaughn looks like he just had a whole lot of wind taken out of his sails. I thought that's usually the Can-Am rule, the full 10. Vaughn going to rip it and score. He went right into Selly mode as everyone thought it was over, myself included. Why not take a look again? What a rip. But it is the full 10 minutes. So this one not yet over. And now we're actually going to have to bring our great commissioner, Mark Brandt, onto the floor to have a discussion as to whether or not this is the correct call to be made. Man, oh man, we have had it all here this afternoon. And it is the full 10, so we are not done. Connor Vaughn, by my count, has his second goal of the game. And with 4:14 left to go in the overtime period, we are underway once again. All is not lost for Allegany. They trail by a goal here in overtime. 9-8 is the score, and could be a chance for Preston Smith. Smith has Vaughn running with him, who gives him a nice cross-check and forces him into the corner. Good recovery defense by Vaughn. And once again, this just leads me to hammer the point home of you gotta have Colin Duncan on the floor, knowing if you're playing a full 10-minute overtime, you just cannot take a 5-minute major penalty in the waning seconds of regulation. Smith on the doorstep, stopped by Davis. But you can't say the Arrows haven't had their chances, though. Some good looks. And they're going to say back in. Oh, contact in the crease, excuse me. And that'll actually be a penalty on Allegany. So if it wasn't an uphill fight before, it is now. No look at it. Apologies, we didn't get that one clipped in time, but the penalty will go against Messiah Ground. And now they're going to end the game. Okay. I guess it's an anticlimactic end, but that will bring us to the end of this contest. Why didn't we just let it end with the winner for Vaughn? Oh my goodness, that would have been so perfect, but now this game has been brought to a stop. It will go down as a 9-8 win for the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. They are victorious. They will improve to 1-1. Allegany will fall to 0-3 as we get the handshake line. Of course, the best part of this game, the sportsmanship on display between these two teams, as we will rally together all. There were some Allegany players banged up. We hope everybody on their side is okay, but right now, all the thoughts, all the prayers, all the concern is with Vince Sandy and his family, as we hope everybody is okay there, and we are all thinking of them. Final shot update here. The shots finish 93-65 in favor of Tuscarora. So, what's that? 84 saves for Mogi Buffalo here today. The winner, I have to give the player of the game to Connor Vaughn. He got the game-winning goal in overtime. He absolutely deserves it. He is stellar. But Mogi Buffalo is the true player of the game here today. What a performance from him, giving this Allegany team a chance from start to finish. Connor Vaughn and Mogi Buffalo, they'll split duties as our players of the game here today. Well, that'll do it for us here from Lockport, New York, as we will say so long. Thank you to our off-site producers, Greg and Charity Beecher. They do a great job. And, of course, thanks to my man, Jason Pregel. One more time, the final score. The Allegany Junior Arrows 8, the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks 9 in overtime. I have been Trevor Butts saying thank you all so very much for watching Blue Squatch Productions.